Okay, we are live. Let me give one little guys.
Ready? Yes?
Give us a little intro.
Right. Alright, guys, welcome back to a new YouTube video. Today we're going to be doing a sit down talk by 8-figure ecom founders themselves. My name is Brandon. We got
Remo in the house.
Remo in the house, the Facebook wizard, and the MR king is what we're being named nowadays. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit down, we're going to have a chat, we got some couple of questions from you guys that we're going to be going over, giving our insights, giving some value here, answering your questions, and hopefully you can get people to go ahead and implement things straight away after this video.
They should.
So,
Always listen and learn when you watch.
Always. Why do people want to start dropshipping nowadays? What do you think?
Yeah, so ecom is the most well known, and I think the fastest way to make like money from scratch besides crypto and other ways. But I think people just want to start with drop shipping because it's basically advertised everywhere. A lot of coaches and gurus, like, you will scroll on your feed and you will see it immediately, especially when you get in that algorithm. And it's like shown very easily, like just finding a winner, advertise, so allocate budget to it, and you get like 3x your basically your ad spend. And I think, yeah, when you basically advertise in that way, it's very like attractive to especially young audience to step in drop shipping and just start it, especially when they also say like, hey, you have to start with zero. So I think that's the main reasons, especially in some countries like Europe or US, why people tapping in drop shipping. Yeah, and you?
Yeah, I would say actually also the same thing, but I do think that the way it's like pushed online is that it's easy to start with,
Exactly.
and I think a lot of young guys right now, they're really looking to start something, or they're starting to see like a lot of people around them are starting their own businesses and stuff,
Yeah.
and then eventually they hear, okay, hey, you can make money from your laptop, just launch a website, launch products, and it sounds fun,
Yeah.
and then eventually you end up making money online. So I think that's why it's starting to attract a lot of people, especially like you said in Europe. We got a lot of people, a lot of Dutchies as
Yeah.
well. Dutchies are taking over is what they're
Dutch is
saying.
taking over the ecom
So
game.
I would definitely say that, like that as well. That as well is getting very trendy right now. So I think that also goes hand in hand with this question. What I see here, someone is saying, is dropshipping in 2026 really dead?
Yeah, they say it basically every year, also last year, but it isn't. Like, again, drop shipping is just a business model where you know it yourself, where you just find a product, you have a supplier, and the supplier send it to the customer. It's just a business model, but in general, it's actually what people, or what drop shipping actually is in life, is it's ecom. So it's having a web shop and people can buy it online instead of in a physical store, and that will always last, especially nowadays when basically everyone is the whole day on their phone and buying things daily or weekly or just once in their life. There are so many products that everyone will need, and especially also with the delivery times. For example, you have Amazon Prime, or these days where you can have products shipped from China to US within like 5 days. It will always last, and it will only become bigger and bigger, especially only also when I check it myself. I just buy whenever, where I am, I buy things online, groceries online when I'm here in Cape Town, and it arrives in like 20 minutes. So drop shipping, it is not that, because it will basically improve like every year. So shipping times will be shorter, products will be better, there will become more products for every single problem that basically is on earth.
Mm.
So it will never die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think also a lot of people get the misconception of the word drop shipping. Like,
Yeah, well,
it,
that's
it's
sad.
it's not a business model. It's just your fulfillment method, right? You don't have inventory. You're using a manufacturer. Once you get a sale to fulfill an order, or then you get the product from the manufacturer and ship it out, right? So yeah, a lot of people say, oh, I either it is dead, and I'm somewhat like, okay, you know what? Like I said, there's a lot of noise, and yeah, we see it ourselves.
Yeah.
We meet a lot of people also around us. A lot of people do ecom. We'll just skip the word dropshipping. We'll just say ecom. They do ecom.
Exactly.
And you know, when you start getting into the space and you see a lot of people also doing it and making money, you're actually going to see like, oh shit, it's what people are saying is not real.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
dropshipping is not there, because otherwise there wouldn't be that many people,
Yeah.
especially successful people, doing it. So
Yeah.
that's why I think we really debunk that. Question for myself, like when you started off before we became like business partners, why didn't you do dropshipping? Like
Why didn't I?
yeah, why did you go to, like, everyone has seen our story
Yeah.
online when you first started on Amazon FBA on bol.com, which is in the
Yeah.
Netherlands. But why didn't you do dropshipping before that? Like
Yeah, I remember these days I was like adopting between getting there was like a famous dropshipping course in the Netherlands, and you had like bol.com. So there were like two main kind of advertise in the Netherlands, and and I remember the one that sold like a bol.com course. He basically went on the pain point like drop shipping is just scamming, it's from China. Already
same.
these days, like 4 years ago, he used that hook, and it immediately got me like, damn, I want to build something that lasts forever. And the bol.com guy, he basically said, yeah, you will build a brand for the long term, and you will make real people happy. So that's basically where I get sold.
Yeah, same for me actually.
Exactly.
Was a very good one, because I also thought like, okay, dropshipping is quote unquote a scam.
Exactly.
You're taking money first from people, then you're buying a product and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So that's also led me to being like, okay, you know what, I'm going to first buy my inventory, ship it to the Netherlands, get it in the warehouse, and then start shipping it to customers. But it's just, there's nothing wrong with both. It's just two different business models that are, one is more cash flow heavy than the other, especially at scale. If you have
Yeah.
to wait 30 to 40 days on a boat to arrive at your country, stock needs to get filled at the fulfillment, and then it needs to be shipped to, for example, Amazon or to bol.com in our example. It's going to just take too much time. So your money, when you make the time you make a payment to buy the product, you're going to wait 90 days before you get even
Yeah.
revenue out of that product. So it's super cash flow heavy. I think that's where a lot of successful guys, especially, they gravitate towards dropshipping, because you can put $1 in on Facebook, get $3 out. Obviously you have to take care of your cogs and stuff, but then your payouts are typically 2 to 3 days before the whole Shopify shit that happened. So I think that's where the big part was. Got another question also, again for you, Remo. What kind of people should actually start dropshipping, or who is it actually good for? It's actually the same question.
Yeah, it's, to be honest, it's
Who
for
should start with it?
Yeah, it's for everyone, especially for young audience. To be honest, why? Because now I think nowadays, especially what I see in the Netherlands, everyone knows someone that does e-commerce. So, and yeah, when someone can do it, for example, like us, that basically had $0 or just working. I worked as like a delivery driver. If I can do it, everyone can do it, you know? So there is no limitations, there is no restrictions or whatsoever. I heard like these days the craziest stories where like 16 years old guys doing like 100K days. It's crazy. So why does someone have an excuse, you know? Also when you have, for example, children or whatsoever, you can still do it, because it's all comes down to where you put your focus and time to. You know, like there are also students from us that, for example, still work on the site, but yeah, besides working, they just put all their time in their business, and it's working. And from there, it's just building the right team that you can positionate yourself on the right, just on the right position, where you just only have to manage the people, and then you still can do your own thing on the side if you have a family or whatsoever. So yeah, it's for everyone.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree. I have nothing to add.
There's
to
no
that.
limitations.
That's true. Another question is going to be, how do you balance personal life and work?
Personal life and work. Yeah, to be honest, for us, it's I think just a flow, you know. It's personal and work together, especially right now as we live together. But like, for example, a year ago when I was in the Netherlands, my balance was basically the whole day work, but when I had something personal, for example, a dinner with family or going out with my girlfriend or with friends, I just did it, because other than that, I was only working. So it was not for me that I have like, okay, when it's 6 p.m., I turn off the laptop and I just take time for myself and spend um, just something besides work. No, that wasn't the case. So for me, it was very easy. Just when I had something personal, I just did it because other than that, I was just working.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
you?
Yeah, actually, also the same. I've always so it's funny. Like I was even telling CJ this as well. Like it first started off when I was working a normal job when I came across first the course of starting ecom,
Mm-hmm.
not dropshipping but ecom. So I was at work, and it was New Year's Eve. I think this was 2020, so it was turning 2021. And I went. I was working that night shift during New Year's Eve, and I was seeing on Instagram like people were partying or at these parties which are going on until 12 o'clock and stuff. And I couldn't be there because I had to work. So back then I smoked cigarettes. So I then
Mm-hmm.
eventually I went outside around like 9 p.m. At work, and I started smoking cigarette, and I was seeing all these fireworks, looking up, and I was like, this can't be it. I'm not going to be happy like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that I had bought the course like 7, 8 months ago, but I did
Yeah.
not do anything with it. So I was like, you know what? I don't believe in like New Year, New Me shit, because I've tried it a couple times. But then I was
Yeah,
like,
we
for
know.
New Year, I'm going to just change my
Yeah.
mind and just double down on going in. So, and ever since I did, so that's when I started buying my first inventory. First had to save up that money, buy my first inventory, ship it and wait and stuff. But I continued like going through the course, continued executing what I could do while I was still waiting for the goods to arrive.
Exactly.
And yeah, to answer the question as well about like work and life balance, I would say like you said, we now live together. We travel a lot. We just need our laptop in order to
Yeah.
just do things.
That's
And yeah, also when I started off, I was just also like fully like, you know what, I'm going to skip the party, skip all that. I'm going to just double down on this, make sure that it works. So for me, it's always like we also like used to, when we're not like together, we used to like call also like the whole day, like the
yeah.
whole day,
Yeah.
8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 to
Always
11 p.m.,
FaceTime.
go to bed, wake up the next day, 6 a.m., 5 a.m., stand up, and then do the same thing like over and over and over again. And to an extent, we still do that as well. Obviously, like we're out here in Cape Town, we're still doing some stuff on the side as well. But like we still have that eagerness to push for more. So
Yeah.
for us, like for me at least, like work doesn't feel like work. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm building something, so I'm going to just continue pushing that. So that's
Yeah.
that's how I always experienced
Yeah,
it.
also, when we go to a party, I think those moments where you're just off work and, for example, go to a party, those are very important because always those moments I have the feeling like, damn, this is what I've built and this
Mm.
is why I did it. Because then, for example, I'm at a party and then I'm in my like, damn, let's say I was still in school or just working and have like not this freedom, like not being here, and those moments are very important, and that makes you way more hungry.
Mm.
Because if you are just working, you also get like comfortable in working, where it's more like, okay, I'm just working. If I'm working, then it's good. But when you also create that balance, then you know, okay, when I work, I have to like hustle as a motherfucker. So
Mm-mm.
that's very good.
Have you not had like when you're partying at the club and be like, you still think about work, or like,
Yeah,
okay,
nah,
shit,
yeah,
I
I have
should.
that till the alcohol sink in, and then
Yeah,
I'm
then it
just at the
goes.
moment.
Okay, yeah,
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 you
yeah.
also have to enjoy the moment. Very important.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, yeah, same thing. I up until today also now I don't have. Sometimes I still think like, okay, shit,
Yeah.
tomorrow's gonna be hangover again. Not, I'm gonna feel slow the next day, and also gym as well. I'm like, shit. Ugh. But then
Mhm.
eventually, yeah, you still need to like you said, why did we build this life up this
Exactly.
specific way? It's also to enjoy these type of moments,
Yeah.
be in the moment and stuff. And I think we've done it very well by also building a team and stuff around our business. Next question is going to be, what makes dropshipping better than most online businesses?
Yeah, I already told it in the beginning. Like, if you compare drop shipping to, for example, sales or affiliate, it you don't have, for example, with sales you have to build the skill. For example, with affiliate you have to understand how. Yeah, of course, with dropshipping you also have to understand it, but literally, it is not that complicated. It is just for, yeah, these days with buying a course, do what they tell you, and from there you just follow the steps, and yeah, you will not hit your first win in the first week, but it is not complicated. And again, you don't have to start with a big bag of money, or like where you have to learn a skill for 3 months or 4 months. You can basically just start, get in your company, and get like within 2 weeks live.
Mm.
That's also what yeah, with ball.com we didn't experience that because we had to buy like inventory to the Netherlands and ship it with sea or with air. But with drop shipping, it's just plug and play and go live and fall back, and then just learn from your mistakes, and from there it's all the way up. Actually, if you never give up, if you just keep going and just never give up, then you will never fail basically.
Mm.
So that's why I like drop shipping, as you have so much, you have everything under control, and you also have all the freedom in it. Like, you are not dependent on persons, or it's all about yourself, and um, how hungry you are. You know, like you can basically do it. The first year when you start, you can do it like 18 hours a day, because you're not dependent on people or time zones or whatsoever. It's basically you versus you, and that's what I like about ecom, instead of business models where you're dependent on like learning a skill or people. You get what I mean?
100%, 100%. I was also talking to another guy the other day. You also know he has a very big shoe brand as well, and he also told me like he also has like investments, obviously, but why he's still like, even though he's doing 100 million plus per year, why he's still like very heavy on ecom is because you can literally, like you said, plug and play or adjust some things, and you're going to see the results immediately.
Yeah.
Right, and you're not dependent on other people or how the market is doing or whatsoever. And yeah, just a few change of screws and fine tuning stuff, and then boom, next day revenue is double or whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I 100% agree to that as well. I think that that's also a very good explanation. Next question: why do most people pick the wrong products?
All about research. Like, okay, when you pick the product, it can be general, where you pick daily like 5 products, or it can be a brand where you pick like one product and stick to it, but then after some weeks you basically see that it is not a winner. But it all comes down to research and how you basically treat the product. Because what we have seen, we choose the product, we saw some stats that it is a winner, but again, in the first week we were unprofitable. But then we learn to understand the product, and okay, where are the blue oceans? Is it in a market? Like, okay, there is a winning product in US, let's move it to UK. I could go very deep in details, but it also comes down like, okay, every product, you can sell every product, you know, but you have to understand how to marketing it, and play with the emotions of the customers. Because if you don't do it, if you just think, okay, let's launch one ad with a picture of the product or whatsoever, it will not print, you know. So again, like with general, it's all about research, I know. So it's all about, okay, is the product printing, is it seasonal, does it has a lot of views on ad library from other competitors. But when you're doing a brand, you have to understand, okay, how to differentiate. Okay, so do you have to tap in another market, or do you have to add something to the product, or do you have to introduce the product to a new audience? There are so many ways to differentiate, and it's not easy. That's why you can basically make every product printing, but you have to know how to position it yourself, and how to basically approach to the right audience. That's very important, because you can see it around every product. Basically is sellable.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100% agreed. I also see that, you know, we've also had like obviously one time purchase product brands as well. So everyone knows that we had the brand
Yeah.
Travix. So we've been there, so we understand what branded dropshipping is and what it also takes. I'll still say it's you know, having a brand that's like a one time purchase product still still involves more creativity is more heavy creativity
Yeah,
dependent versus, for example, us right now with subscriptions, right? We can scale on a one ROAS, for
Yeah.
example, but those people that are mainly focused on front end profit, like they need to always have that 2+ ROAS or
Yeah.
whatsoever, because otherwise they're not making profit. So I would say like there's no one specific good product, because obviously there's a lot of brands in various different niches that print, right? So we have clothing and all that type of stuff. I'm not a fan of fashion dropshipping in
No,
general,
yeah.
because it's just selling shitty products. But if you have a fashion brand where you've done like the manufacturing from, I don't know, Turkey or whatsoever, and you got like very good quality, then yes, sell it. And you have Gymshark, for example, and all that type of stuff. So you can grow that, but I would say, like you said, I think for us, what we've learned for the past year building our supplement brand is just finding pain point products that are easy
Yes.
to market towards those customers that are experiencing like very heavy pains, and that product solves the issue. And that just seems like the best play for others, is what I would also advise, like heading into 2026, and yeah, it still brings up your creativity as well. But yeah, I mean, like subscriptions, we've seen like you're not dependent on, like I said, the ROAS and that type of
Yeah, and
stuff.
that unlocks the big skill, because imagine like if you can printing with the product and skill like on 3 ROAS, and then you really do something right. You understand the
Mm.
product or you understand marketing. Imagine if you do it with like supplements, for example, where it's all about emotions, so it's more easily to like get customers, and you can also scale on like a negative ROAS, or yeah, basically on a one ROAS, then you can scale up printing heavily. So I think again, like what you said, it all comes down like how to differentiate, and also um, introducing, for example, subscriptions where you're not relied anymore on getting profitable on the first order, and that's where like the big skill unlock. Yeah.
100%, 100%. Got another good question. Why did supplements become so popular in 2025? It actually
Yeah,
still is, but
it is
that's when it
already in
really
2024, but in 2025, bro, there were so
Twitter,
many gurus online on
bro.
everywhere, like organic, TikTok, Insta, Twitter as well, YouTube, um, courses on YouTube for free. That's why everyone also can start for free, because there are some good videos online,
Mm.
and that's why it becomes so popular. Because I've always heard around like you can basically find all information on YouTube. Not like there are some gatekeeping information of obviously, because there should be a reason to get the course, but these days it's basically everywhere. So that's why it becomes so popular. But there are also gurus, that of people that see a good opportunity to get a lot of money by just selling the information while they actually don't do it.
Mm.
And it's, to be honest, it's smart, but that's the reason why people see info also as a business model without having actually the understanding how it works, but it's just printing. And those guys of people makes ecom so famous and well known everywhere. That's one of the. I think that's the biggest reason.
Yeah. So a lot of people just started pushing supplements in 2025, and that's how it became so popular.
Yeah. If you're talking about supplements, I think it's us, but also especially on Twitter, where, and also on organic, where people say, yeah, they target basically ecom guys and telling them how you don't have to be profitable anymore the first order. That's a big unlock for people. Like, damn, that's what I need basically, because right now I think every ecom guy experience every day they wake up and they hope and pray that they are profitable.
Mm.
That they see that 2 or 3 ROAS, and when that basically is not a requirement anymore, then yeah, that's logic that becomes very popular.
Yeah.
Because it is.
Yeah.
We also experience like it's a game changer.
Yeah. I would also say that I think everyone has seen this guy on online. I think he was the first one to really push it. Was Daniel Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the guy that said, "Are you drop shipping from China?" Da, da, da.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we also started first off with him with our brand, So I think that he was the first one that that came in, and then after I saw him, that is when supplements just came like every single time on our feed and stuff.
True.
But I'll also say thanks to us as well. that we've like really pushed that online. Nothing too crazy, to be honest, but we've just been sharing our journey online,
Yeah.
and then seeing the power of running a subscription brand. In our case, selling a supplement, because you can also do it
Yeah.
with beauty, and the results what came after it. Like, you know, we did a 10.57 million dollars in revenue in 2025. So yeah, it's just a compounding effect, and,
You
and
know
that's
what's funny?
yeah.
Right now you see that the subscription model is going to beauty as well.
Mm.
So first was only supplements, but now people getting like hungry, like damn, those supplement brands are printing with subscription, and then I see a lot of questions in communities and everywhere, like, what is the best way to implement subscriptions for my beauty product?
Mm.
So yeah, that's funny to see. That's one of the main one of the main reasons why I think it becomes popular, like what you said, because of that supplier, and also because like other niches see it from supplements, and I think, damn, I have to implement that as well. So they just brainstorm like, damn, okay, how can I implement it for my product as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 100%, 100%. So communities are starting to catch up on that as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of questions like, I'm in a beauty niche. How does other people introduce subscriptions for their product?
Mm.
Yeah, because they see like um, their recurring customers is like, for example, 30%, but it's just organic. It's just organically, like they don't push it. Maybe with email marketing, but then there is a reason, or there is something behind that you can also introduce it on the offer as well.
Yeah.
So just they are just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we brought subscriptions to the game. To be honest, we'll take that. We'll take that. Next thing, how do you make winning creatives? I think this is more a question for you.
Winning creatives, very easy, yeah. So there are so many ways to crack winners, to be honest. It depends on the stage where you are, so where to focus on. But again, like when I let me quickly walk you through my roadmap. It's basically first analyze the market. So what are the winners from competitors? And it's very easy these days with the new update from Ad Library with highest impression. You can basically see the ads that are carrying the brand, so that's like heavily spending in the ad account, and you basically check and analyze like, why is it working for that brand, and then you take that concept for yourself and just basically um, imitate the creative to your product. And that is one of the reasons. I don't want to make it too complicated because it's literally that. It's not ripping, but it's more like reversing from what's working for other brands that targeting your audience. So it doesn't have to be a direct competitor that you rip off, but nowadays we are also checking like brands that are targeting the same audience. So for example, female between 30 and 50, we analyze all those brands and see, okay, what concepts are working, and just reverse it to them. But right now we are at a stage where we are doing like 2 million a month. You have so much data in your ad account, so you just check like, okay, what is printing, how to iterate and variate on it, and just clone the winners to more winners. But when I would give an advice on how to create a winner from scratch, is just understanding your customer. It can be done by like doing easily a bit research to your audience, like with Amazon reviews or Reddit reviews, so you understand where's the product and the emotions about. It can also be a survey when you already have a brand and you don't know how to crack more winners. And from there, with that all that knowledge and deep research, you use that in combination with what's printing for other brands that targeting your audience. And that's, to be honest, a money machine, but you really have to understand how that works. But don't make it too complicated, and focus first on what is already working in your niche or for your audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that's the best advice.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard it from the Facebook Wizard guys.
Yeah.
That was a question, really good question for you. Okay, easy one. What project management tool do we use?
ClickUp.
ClickUp.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got everything just structured in ClickUp, to be honest. It's super easy for each department, and that is
Yeah.
actually how we just keep the projects going, know what's finished and what's still ongoing. So very easy. We use Slack for communication. I saw that the question here. How did we scale so hard to 10 million in 2025? I would say,
For marketing side, it's we unlocked like an audience, but also a mechanism that's around like very strong desires that always exist. So it's in supplements, especially in supplements, you're targeting health, but you also have, for example, wealth or relationship, and where you're targeting pain points in connected to those desires, then like your ads will print for a very long time because the audience pool in Facebook is very big. So when we unlocked some angles for our audience, it was just printing, because from there it was just iterating, variating, but also diving deeper into our audience. So, for example, creating listicles, editorials, and in that way you just milk out your audience.
Yeah.
That's the way how we print. What would you say?
Yeah, I'd definitely say subscriptions as well.
Yeah,
Very
oh,
big
very good
part.
one.
Very
Yeah.
big part. You know, like we just discussed, not being reliant anymore on ROAS, which made us really scale. So we could just pump money in ads, but also understand our cohorts, like how our customers
Mhm.
behave month after month, try and optimize that as well to make customers stay even longer. And that's why I like the subscription game as well, because it's not no longer like, if you have a general product doing branded dropshipping and you just sell it once, the only creative part what you're going to have to do is like, okay, how am I going to get my customers back? That would be probably
Yeah.
introducing a new product, which means that there's also some type of marketing, a different marketing angle that might go into that if it has nothing to do with the first product as well. So you're actually, in order to build that out, you're going to need like more editors, more pods that are focused on different SKUs is what I would say. But for us, it's literally like, okay, instead of acquiring, which is still important, acquiring new customers, how do we make our current customers stay longer?
Yeah.
Because even
LTV game.
even an uplift in 20% of keeping our customers the next month is going to make us more money, profitable even, versus spending on a one ROAS to get new customers through the door.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's like that game is also just different on its own, and also very fun because, like, you know, I like numbers. So
Yeah.
just seeing that uplift and being creative, okay, how are we going to make the customers stay longer and that type of stuff, running surveys, reaching out to customers and see how they react. Even sometimes now I still call customers random
Yeah.
and just ask them, like, you know, how did you find our experience, you know? And yeah, it's just a completely different game. So you have the marketing department, which is so important,
Yeah.
I would say,
And
and then you have the retention department, which is also the back end, actually the backbone of our business.
yeah,
as well.
exactly, because you're the
Yeah.
whole day busy with, especially like understanding where people basically cancel and how to um, yeah, spread out, like that they stay longer, that the retention is bigger, that the LTV is higher, and that's like a game changer, you
Yeah.
know, because then from one customer, that where the AOV on their first orders, for example, $70 or $80, you can get like $500 from that customer. And when you understand that game, then you have to imagine that you can basically have when you understand it, and it is that you can basically have a CPA for example, $200, and then on the LTV you have still a 2.5 ROAS, and then you're just printing and you make a lot of profit on one customer.
Mhm.
So when you understand that game, bro, it's a game changer. That's what we see right now.
Yeah. I'd say, just to wrap it up with the last question, what I have here is going to be, what are our plans for 2026?
2026, yeah. Um, it is especially, I think 30 millions is a good target.
Oh,
And-
okay. I didn't know that, guys, but yeah.
It is.
30. Okay,
yeah,
we'll get
yeah,
it.
Yeah. And besides that, is also doing investments on the side, I guess. Helping a lot of brands, because we have the knowledge, we understand the game. We can approach as coaches because we understand it completely. So getting into like helping brands, doing investments also, and yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, same. So I would also add to that, like, obviously scale the brand that we're currently also running. So just see, like, okay, hey, how can we increase our MR? How can we also bring new SKUs to the brand? So we're not just reliant on just mainly our hero product right now. So unlock that, see what we can maybe do with like retail. We just launched on Amazon. We see that that's going good. TikTok shop, we still need to crack, so we're going to see how that's going to go. Obviously just scale as well. And like you said, also we're currently also helping a couple of clients as well. People come to us with a brand and just want to be able to scale it. And what we've seen is mostly what they're just missing is the good guidance. Like we also had like a coaching that literally just told us, hey, you guys have to move your inventory from Europe to China, and then you can scale, and that's what unlocked our skill. So 9 out of 10 times what we see is like people are just missing that one good advice to eventually scale. And yeah, obviously, like you said, different investments, not just be dependent on ecom only and that type of stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy year. We'll see if the next video will be our first property in Dubai, you know?
Exactly. Let's
We'll
go.
we'll make it happen. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit us up on Instagram. We got ramo.vdh and my handle at Mr. Brand Owner. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.
Ciao.